Hello and welcome back to my channel IQD to USD Iraqi Dinar Revaluation, a new era for Iraq's currency system. In recent weeks, the Iraqi dinar has garnered significant attention from investors, economists, and currency enthusiasts. The latest developments in Iraq's currency reforms have sparked a renewed sense of optimism about the future of the dinar. The country is making critical moves toward modernizing its monetary framework, including testing new exchange rates, introducing high-security notes, and aligning its economy with international standards. Central to this unfolding story are the insights provided by Frank 26, a respected voice in the Iraqi dinar community, who has shared significant updates that could point to a major revaluation of Iraq's currency. This article will explore the key developments in Iraq's currency system, examining the ongoing testing phases for the dinar's revaluation, the modernization of Iraq's banking system, economic diversification efforts, and the country's focus on stabilizing its financial institutions. We will also look at the potential challenges ahead, including political dynamics, and how they could impact the revaluation process. A new dawn for the Iraqi dinar. Frank 26's insights. Frank 26, one of the most influential figures in the Iraqi dinar community, has consistently provided valuable insights into Iraq's financial reforms. During a recent live stream, Frank 26 revealed groundbreaking information about Iraq's currency system. According to him, Iraq is currently undergoing an advanced testing phase for a potential re-evaluation of the dinar. In these tests, the dinar briefly reached a value of $4 on international forex platforms. Although these rates were part of internal simulations and not permanent, they provide a glimpse into the direction Iraq's currency could take in the future. Testing new rates, an indication of revaluation. The testing of new exchange rates is one of the most significant developments in Iraq's currency landscape. Frank 26 emphasized that the temporary spike in the dinar's value to nearly $4 was not a glitch, but part of a controlled and deliberate evaluation process. Such testing phases are common before major financial shifts and are used by financial institutions to assess how the market reacts to changes in the value of a currency. While the rates observed during these simulations are not fixed, the fact that Iraq is testing higher values for its currency signifies that the country is preparing for a substantial revaluation. This phase of testing is crucial, as it provides Iraq's central bank and other financial institutions with an opportunity to fine-tune their strategies before making any official moves. By running these simulations, Iraq can gauge market readiness and ensure that the revaluation process, when it occurs, is smooth and well executed. Modernizing Iraq's currency system. Phasing out old notes. Another important update from Frank 26's latest revelations is the official retirement of the 50 dinar note. This move is part of a broader effort by the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, to modernize the country's currency system and phase out older, less secure notes. While the 50 dinar note is no longer valid, the 500 dinar note remains in circulation, playing a critical role in the country's financial strategy. The retirement of older notes is not unusual in economies that are working to improve their monetary frameworks. Such measures are typically taken to enhance security, streamline currency circulation, and pave the way for new, higher-value notes. Iraq's decision to remove the 50 dinar note also signals its commitment to moving away from outdated financial systems and embracing modern currency management practices. Introduction of high-security notes for internal use. Alongside the retirement of old currency notes, Iraq has introduced a new denomination of notes exclusively for internal use. These high-security notes, which are not for public circulation, are intended to be used within the CBI and government agencies. While these notes will not be available to the general public, they represent an important step in Iraq's effort to modernize its financial systems and safeguard its monetary assets. These new notes serve a dual purpose. First, they help prevent counterfeiting by incorporating advanced security features. Second, they demonstrate Iraq's preparedness for integrating its financial system into the global economy. Although these notes are not immediately available for everyday transactions, they suggest that Iraq is preparing for a future in which its currency will be stronger, more secure, and more widely accepted on the global stage. Iraq's economic reforms, a path to currency stability. Beyond currency-related updates, Frank 26 also shed light on the broader economic reforms taking place in Iraq. One of the most significant drivers of optimism for the dinar's future is Iraq's efforts to modernize its banking sector. These reforms are designed to improve the efficiency, transparency, and accessibility of Iraq's financial institutions. The Central Bank of Iraq is implementing advanced technologies to align its operations with global standards. These changes include the adoption of digital payment systems, which will facilitate smoother financial transactions and increase financial inclusion. By making it easier for citizens and businesses to access banking services, Iraq aims to reduce its reliance on cash-based transactions and strengthen its position in the global financial market. Moreover, Iraq's banking reforms are focused on enhancing transparency and improving reporting and auditing mechanisms. This is expected to build trust in Iraq's financial institutions, which is a critical step in attracting foreign investment and increasing Iraq's integration into global financial markets. As Iraq's banking system becomes more efficient and trustworthy, the economy will likely become more attractive to international investors, further boosting the potential for currency revaluation. Economic diversification, a key driver of dinar strength. Iraq's economy has long been heavily reliant on oil exports, making it vulnerable to fluctuations in global oil prices. However, under the leadership of Prime Minister al-Sudani, Iraq is making concerted efforts to diversify its economy. Economic diversification is one of the main pillars of Iraq's long-term strategy for strengthening its currency and creating a more stable economic environment. In recent years, Iraq has invested in developing sectors outside of oil, such as tourism, agriculture, and manufacturing. Iraq's rich cultural and historical heritage makes it an attractive destination for global tourists, and the country is working to capitalize on this potential. Iraq's tourism sector expansion is expected to generate significant revenue, further supporting the country's economic growth and the stability of its currency. Non-oil revenue growth has also been a focal point for the Iraqi government. Reports indicate that Iraq generated approximately $1.6 billion in customs revenue in 2024, with projections suggesting that this figure will surpass expectations in 2025. As Iraq continues to diversify its revenue sources, the country will become less dependent on oil and more resilient to external economic shocks. Gold reserves and currency support. Another factor contributing to optimism about the dinar's future is Iraq's substantial gold reserves. Iraq holds significant quantities of gold, which serve as a stabilizing force for the currency. Experts, including Frank 26, have pointed out that the country's gold-backed reserves position the dinar for a potential revaluation. Despite the dinar's current low value in international markets, Iraq's natural wealth and gold reserves suggest that the currency's real value is much higher. As Iraq's infrastructure develops and its economy continues to diversify, the value of the dinar could rise significantly, driven by the country's strong financial fundamentals and growing economic influence. Legislative progress and revaluation plans. Iraq's political leaders have also taken steps to support the currency revaluation process through legislative measures. Frank 26 reported that the Iraqi parliament has completed all the necessary legal and procedural steps for revaluation. This includes amending the national budget to align it with the plans for currency revaluation, approving new monetary policies to stabilize the dinar, and creating new trade and foreign exchange regulations to integrate Iraq more fully into global financial markets. The completion of these legislative steps is a critical milestone in the revaluation process. The Iraqi government has demonstrated its commitment to making the necessary changes to stabilize the dinar and attract foreign investment. With these reforms in place, Iraq is better positioned to execute a successful revaluation of its currency in the near future. Challenges and political dynamics. While the economic updates are promising, it is important to acknowledge the challenges that Iraq still faces in achieving its currency revaluation goals. The country's political landscape remains volatile, and political disputes can sometimes slow down the implementation of critical reforms. Frank 26 acknowledged that delays in parliamentary sessions due to political tensions could potentially hinder Iraq's progress. However, despite these political challenges, the Iraqi government's commitment to economic modernization suggests that progress will continue. Although setbacks are possible, the country's long-term trajectory appears to be focused on economic growth, currency stability, and financial integration into the global market.